Our Gautrain services between Park and Rosebank stations have been suspended due to soil and water leaking into a section of the tunnel. Now, the Gautrain says it's due to illegal drilling activities on a private property situated above the tunnel. The commuter rail line that spans 80 kilometers is mainly above ground, but several sections consist of tunnels below ground. Newzroom Afrika's Vuyolwethu Yamba is live at the Gautrain Management Agency offices in Midrand for us. Vuyolwethu, good morning. What can you tell us about this situation?
Good morning, Ms. Chaba. Well, today we are at the offices of the Gautrain. Remember, Ms. Chaba, yesterday the services had to be stopped because there was some illegal drilling that were happening, and also that has affected the way that the Gautrain has to operate. Next to me, I have Tshepo Kgobe, who's my guest. We're going to talk a little bit deeper about this situation. But thank you so much for making time for us. Let's talk about this situation. Is there anyone who has been apprehended so far? Because this is illegal, according to a statement that I read yesterday.
Not as yet, but the processes of instituting legal action have already started. And in essence, there's multiple contraventions. There's contraventions of bylaws. There's contraventions of the Gauteng Transport Infrastructure Act in itself, which precludes from anybody building anything within a servitude without consulting the MEC, not even us as an entity, but the MEC on the basis of where they want to build. In addition to that, the tunnel is a protected servitude. And in essence, for you to even build or dig a hole above the tunnel, you actually need our permission to do so. Everybody thinks all the buildings that are going up in Santen and Rosebank are going up without permission. All of that gets submitted way before even any diggers or what do they call it, yellow plant are brought onto site.
Someone might ask at this point as to it's a private place that has been, grilled, and also are these situations are we gonna see these situations happening in the future?
We hope not. We hope this general lawlessness stops, because this is general lawlessness. And when you were being honest about it, is that the clarity of it is that if you're going to build a house, just a single-story house, you actually have to submit the plans to the municipality for them to approve those plans. Why is it that actually, what do they call it, drilling a 50-meter hole into the ground actually does not require a plan? And I don't get it. It's actually, in actual fact, people have to be clear about it. It's that there are rules in this country and there are rules in this province, and ultimately in every city there's also bylaws. So in essence, people have to follow the rules and actually apply properly to the relevant authority.
In fact, we're expecting the MEC today to talk about the situation. What are some of the things, the key elements that will be spoken about?
So today, what we're doing, we're visiting the site. We also are going to deal with when are we starting the repairs, which probably will start by this afternoon. And in essence, we also want to be able to talk about this general damage to what do they call it, to public infrastructure. Because a lot of this infrastructure is for public good. It's not just because we want to have infrastructure. And we have to have a clarity of mind about the fact that us damaging the tunnel of the Gautrain, us damaging traffic lights and removing them, it is a criminal act. And those criminal acts must be prosecuted. And in essence, we have to move in that direction where we make sure that we are resolute and very clear about protecting infrastructure.
So we also, the buses were introduced to ensure that you meet the passengers halfway in terms of, the inconvenience. How long is it going to be? And also, when can we expect the Gautrain to be back in business?
The Gautrain is in business. Remember, all we're doing is we're running services all the way to Rosebank. And then we have a 7-kilometer that we have to run into Park with buses. It is not the easiest of terrain, because you have to go over the Brafontein Ridge to get over onto the other side. But our buses have been handling it for probably the last 14 years, and they will be comfortable with that. It's just that now it means us taking buses out of cycle or out of service that would have been either in service or something of that sort to be able to fit the demand and still run the normal service. We have done this before, and we are ready for our passengers tomorrow.
Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Chaba. Well, we're expecting the MEC to speak to us at a minute from now on, but I have to leave him there because we have to go straight to the site where everything has happened. But for now, we're going to end it here. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Vuyolwethu Yamba, coming to us live from Midrand.